The Xbox Series S does not get enough credit for what it is, and 1 year later after its release, is it still worth it? This was my very first next generation console, because I couldn't get hold of an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5. And considering this is the cheapest console you can buy to get next generation features, I really don't think there's too much to complain about. Even now that I own an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5, I actually find myself constantly going back to the Xbox Series S. The Series S is definitely a misunderstood next-gen gaming console. It's overshadowed by the more superior and powerful Series X and PlayStation 5. This console is designed for incredibly casual gamers, people that have a very minimal amount of free time, but still want to be able to jump into next generation games and join their friends within the action. Furthermore, the lower price point caters for less hardcore gamers, people that simply cannot afford a Series X or PS5, because those consoles are basically double the price and is a very significant investment. Having the white design with a white controller gives me very nostalgic Xbox 360 vibes. And when placed on a TV stand, the Series S is a very beautiful console and is perfect for any living room environments. Whereas the Xbox Series X is a very aggressive looking console, and it takes up a significant amount of space on a TV stand. And if you are incredibly desperate to buy the higher tier consoles, the Series S really does bridge that gap between last gen and next gen while you wait for the stock to become more readily available. Because the truth is, if the Series S didn't exist, thousands of gamers would not be able to play next gen games like Battlefield 2042 with 128 players this year, and they instead would be stuck on their last generation console with only 64 players and could not play cross-platform multiplayer with their friends on next generation consoles. But just like with the more expensive consoles, not everything is fantastic with the Series S. First up is the issues with storage. The Series S has an incredibly small 512GB internal SSD, but after the operating system, only around 364 gigabytes are actually usable. So if you do want to play the much larger AAA title games like Battlefield and also Call of Duty, then that's kind of the only games you'll be able to install onto this internal drive. And this then forces you to buy the official Xbox Seagate expansion card. In terms of the gameplay experience on the Xbox Series S, I've had no issues with it. Of course, this console runs at a lower resolution of 1440p, and it upscales to 4K, but if you don't have a recent TV, and it only supports resolutions up to 1080p, or it has HDMI 1.4 so you can only play 4K at 30 frames per second, then the Xbox Series S is more than adequate for what you require. You don't need the power of the Series X because you don't need the resolution capabilities of that console, and playing Forza at 1080p 60 on the Series S is all you really need. And I believe that this is an area that many gamers seem to overlook. They're more obsessed about the internal specs and performance of the Series X versus the Series S, but then they don't think about how high quality of a panel they're connecting it to. And this was pretty evident by the response that my review of the Xbox Series X received. Another benefit of the Xbox Series S is its improved load times. I see a lot of comparisons of people saying this console is nowhere near as good as an Xbox One X. Well, the Series S actually has support for ray tracing in particular titles, and the internal NVMe SSD is incredibly quick. I actually did a performance test against the original 2013 Day 1 edition Xbox One against this console to show the significant update, and load times were within seconds on the Series S, and you were looking at minutes on the Xbox One. In addition, the Series S is the perfect console for Game Pass. You already have a low barrier to entry with the console price, and then combine this with a low monthly subscription to get access to hundreds of games. The Series S then becomes the perfect cross-generation console. You can access 360 titles, last-gen Xbox One titles, and you get all the benefits of owning a next-gen console, so when new titles release, you aren't losing out on any important features. If you want to see my full review of the Xbox Series S, I highly recommend checking out this video next.